What's up? How we doing, guys? All right. We are 4.5 minutes out here from the close of Big 19. And I gotta tell you, man, what a crazy day so far, huh? Look at that big push! We love it! ATR is back like it never left. 55 here on the ATR. You're looking at a 5-minute NQ chart. That's a beautiful thing, isn't it? Bar number 2. The Bulls' only hope all the way through 11. It's crazy. All right, let's see what else we can grab here today. How we doing so far, guys? All right, 3 minutes out here. Okay, so ATR is holding on. We're in the mid to high 50s. Man, I was kind of hoping for a clean, bare body here on bar 19. Give me something to do. Bear's got about 65 seconds to clean that up. Now, something to be aware of here, by the way. Do you notice anything about that sideways trading range? Where does that happen to be? Can anybody tell me? That's right. It's right at 25,000. We need to get away from that. Rich Gaines, good morning, guys. How we doing? Ed, good to see you. Roy, brother, what's going on? Panda, passed my job probation as a data analyst today. Good work. You know who makes good traders? Disciplined data analysts. That's basically the job. Tremendous. Good work. All right. 220 out. Come on, bar 20. Yeah, no, I gotta tell you, I think one trader per household is kind of the limit. I don't know, man. And the good news is, you know, you really only need one per household. I don't know if you want more than that. And you definitely don't need more than that. You know, so I've got a question. At what point does Apex lift the metals restriction? I don't know. I've been kind of waiting for that email. Not that we care too much, because NQ is the bread and butter. But it'd be nice to be able to throw some gold in here on these accounts. Alright, 20. See that? Closing is just about the ugliest doji you've ever seen. So now we wait on 21. So we got this trading range right around 25,000. Yeah, I also hope we don't go sideways. There's nothing worse than single bar sideways. Even with a 50 ATR, because it won't be 50 for long if it does that. So you RAM traders out there, who can look at this chart? I wonder. What was the best trade of the day? You should be able to type it in half a second by just glancing at the chart. You say, yep. Even if you didn't trade it. What was the best trade of the day so far? Thank goodness. We're paying attention. That's right, short the close of bar 9. What a beauty. All right, halfway through till the close of 21. MJ, would bar 9 not be an outsized candle being twice the ATR at the time? Yes, very good catch. Very good catch. Let's look at that. So the ATR at the close of 9 was what? About 50? 49? You're looking at about 110. Okay, so it's not like we're looking at triple the ATR, but it's above. So if you said that's an outsized bar, I'm going to skip it, 100%. If you sized down and took it, I wouldn't be mad at you. If you sized up and shorted the close of 9, I might be a little upset with you. But yeah, totally valid to say that's an outsized bar. I'm going to skip it. Twice the ATR, 100%. Also got to understand, though, the ATR looks back 10 bars. It's bar 9. It's getting toward the end. Is it still artificially low? Yeah, maybe a tad. You know, it went up as we came into 10. 10 also happened to be a large bar. So you were still averaging in one pre-market bar on 9. Worth considering. So it was close. You could have made either call on bar 9, and I'd be totally cool with it. Again, assuming you sized yourself correctly if you did take bar 9. We're coming right into the 20 EMA. Where's the 50% retracement point? We got to be getting close. 200 points up out of the hole. Yeah. Yeah, getting close. 50% retracement, 20 EMA, kind of in a similar zone. Keep an eye on that here. Let's get rid of this while we're at it. Jonathan, caught the big move down this morning with 2 micros. That's all it takes. Save my eval from failing. Happy trading. Yes, sir. You don't have to trade as big as you think. Questioner Nico, I assume you're asking about the 50% retracement. Yes, you are. They say, Nico, do you take the top of the opening bar for the retracement or pre-market where the trend started? That's a tremendous question. I take the opening bar. I take the opening bar because I'm not... To me, honestly, I get it. It's the same instrument, but pre-market and the start of the New York session to me are 2 different worlds. Volume is so different that I want the higher volume sample size only. I don't really look at pre-market. Well, I don't look at pre-market for levels unless it's so obvious, like, oh, this is the all-time high and it's been that way for 3 weeks. No, I'm looking at the top, in this case, the open of bar 1 to get the 50% retracement point. And by the way, the 50% retracement point to me is like in all things in trading except for rules, which need to be followed strictly, for math's sake and for the principle of staying on track. Like in most things in trading as far as looking at levels, to me, the 50% retracement point really means like 40 to 60%. Because why does it matter, the 50% retracement? Why does it matter at all? Because you had a bunch of bulls who weren't making great decisions on the way down, averaging down, averaging down, averaging down. That always happens. You're going to have tons. And now they're bag holding. And when they get back to 50% approximately, a lot of them on the average, I'm not talking about one individual trader, I'm talking about on the average, they're kind of back to break even. So that's going to introduce some selling pressure because they're thanking their lucky stars they can get out break even. But in reality, it's not that they all made the same buys. So it's really like 40 to 60%. It's that range. Same thing, how I say, you know, in an average market environment, about 80% of breakout attempts will eventually fail. You can't take that as literally 80 out of 100. That's not how this operates, right? It's approximately 80%. It's meant to give you a mental like, oh yeah, it's really, 80%, that's a lot. Maybe I should wait for the actual trade to come rather than betting on a breakout early, right? Like, it's to help you think about things, but it is a relatively accurate number. But it's never going to be perfect. Same thing with drawing lines, right? When I say don't overthink the levels, I don't say that to, kumbaya, just chill and be peaceful and relax. No. I mean, because if you overthink the levels, you're like, I got to put this right here. I'm one tick away. It's like, who cares? It doesn't matter. 100,000 people and algorithms are drawing something. They're all going to be a little different. Just draw the average. The less you think about it, the better. You'll probably draw a closer line, and even then, the line is a range. It's not an exact level. You know, I used to kind of make that mistake. I would draw a line. This was before I was really even trading price action at all. I would draw a line, and when it would break through, I'd be like, that's the break. I should get long, for example. Failing to recognize that that line is only on my chart in the exact way that it's drawn. No one else cares about my exact line. It's just a range. Come on now, Bulls. Bears somebody. So, a great scenario here. Again, I don't care which direction it goes. I really do not care at all. If it wants to go higher, we'll trade it higher. If it wants to go lower, man, I'll get some great setups. But, for the sake of conversation, my best case scenario right now, see this dump? Little reversion. Little bit of bull hope. Flattens out. Starts to get more aggressive. I stop hunt the hell out of the wick low of 13. Maybe over a couple of trades. And then we go lower all day. That would be great. Christian Big Dog, good morning. How we doing? You know, it's funny that this is kind of the best day possible to fulfill my point. I did a Tomb Talk last night. I talked a lot about how it's really, really crucial to come into every day without a bias, both directionally and volatility-wise, because you have to come in with a clean slate. And if you don't, you'll find yourself like yesterday. You start getting into the mix of, okay, it's a low volatility environment now. It's going to be low volatility rangy again. And then you get this morning, which was a higher volatility trend off the rip. but you end up making, poor decisions, at least not consistent decisions, because you have it in the back of your head that that's not the case. It's going to bounce because it's going to be low volatility today. These things, I think you need to internalize. Of course, it isn't 100% random. In periods of no news or anything, you can get big strings of low volatility. Summer trading sometimes, sure. Tariff talk, insane volatility for weeks. But I think if you kind of put the blinders on and just say, you know what? I'm going to forget about news. I'm going to forget about all the drama. I don't care. I'm a price action trader. Who gives a shit? I'm going to trade what's in front of me anyway. So I'm just going to come in and the market's going to do what it does. It's going to tell me what to do. I'm going to make logical decisions. Maybe it'll be 100 ATR. Maybe it'll be 10. Don't care. Still going to show up and do my job. I think that it's really important to adopt that mentality because, guys, how many traders out there have you seen on forums and shit who spend all night talking about what tomorrow is going to do? And then the market does nothing even remotely close to what they were saying, and then they get blown up. Their preconceived notions blinded them from actually being a real trader, which is to just let the market do what it's going to do. The longer you're in this game, the more you'll be surprised by what the market does if you do carry these preconceived notions. It's just going to do what it wants, okay? Don't try to steer the market. Let it steer your decisions using a top-down methodology like RAM if you so choose. I don't care. Man, this afternoon we could have an ATR of 70 or 7. I'd rather have 70, But whatever it decides to do, I'll just make my decisions based on what it decides to do. All right, 60 seconds out here from the close of bar 24. Let's see if the bulls can get up through the 20 EMA. Get something done for me here. Also, of course, that 50% retracement area. ATR sitting at 48, by the way. All right, there's the open of bar 25. Big old wick back out of 24. quick little flash poll here. What do you guys think this thing's headed? For the sideways answer, I'm going to call it approximately 50 points or less, give or take. Anything more than that, you got to take a direction. You know, at least we're trying to get away from 25,000. It'd be great if we could continue that. Get away from that number. ATR holding up for now, sitting at 46. You're on the 5-minute NQ chart. Okay, there's the open bar 26. Feels like we're coming to a head. All right, 26. Let's roll over here now. Good. Bears, take us down through 25K and beyond. YM, huh? Yes, sir, YM. ATR over here is 66. It's reasonable. All right, we'll keep that in the back of our head. Back to NQ here. 2.5 minutes out. Bit of a wick forming on YM. I want to go back and forth here. We're on NQ here now. Going right back into 25K on NQ. All right. I'm going to watch YM here, which is the Dow. 23 seconds out. And I'll see. Place that, roll over, give me a fill, beauty. Suck that guy up. Set him at 15. There we go, show you what the hell is going on. All right, cool. ATR 62. Now this is YM. This is YM. This is the Dow. Okay, I'll be back to NQ as soon as this trade resolves. But too good to pass up. By the way, sizing on YM is you know, obviously a little smaller than NQ here, as far as dollar amount compared to the contract size, right? ATR here on the 5-minute YM chart is currently sitting 65. The bears have a bit more work to do. All right, there's a close of 27. It's a beautiful close. Which means I gotta adjust my stop. Bring it up. Just a tick. Above the new signal bar, 27. Now let's see if the bears can take us down here to a full ATR. Again, these are YM futures that I have this trade on with right now. See if the bears can get this done for me, and then I'll head back to NQ. There we go. That's a full ATR out there for 2,000 bucks. And let's head back to NQ and see what's going on over there. Okay. All right, 28. Looking good. Let's see if we get a setup here on 28. 355 out. NQ trying to get down beneath 25K. For me to get short on this, on the close of bar 28 here on NQ, got a 5-minute chart, I need to see it close nice and clean because we're just trying to break back beneath 25. And a lot of times, you know, NQ likes to range around 25. So I want to be convinced. Just me and Ed, huh? Alright, 65 seconds out here. From the close of 28, Bull's trying to take it back upside. Right around 25K. Could be problematic. Yeah, you know, whenever I get a setup on YM, I like YM. You know, it's definitely not. Most of the big trades are going to happen on NQ, or gold, I suppose, sometimes. YM is kind of that instrument where it's like, oh, we have a nice setup, I'll put it on. It's peaceful, it's kind of quiet. It's like the side hustle to the bread and butter. You know, YM trades are rarely stressful just because of the size. Again, if you leave your contract size the same, coming from NQ, it's a small trade. All right, there's the open at 29. We'll see what we get. Tan says, today I reached my first payout from Apex after 2 years of trading. I've held this account for 52 days thanks to RAM. I stop over trading only 1 to 2 micros per day. Tremendous. Tremendous work. We love to see it. Okay, we're halfway through bar 29 here. It looks like NQ might try to enter another little range here. Let's hope not. Let's hope not, but we are right around 25K. All right, there's a close of 29, open to bar 30 here on NQ. Got a 5-minute chart. We'll see how bar 30 closes up. Hopefully we can get down a bit more away from 25K. Give me a second consecutive bear body, closing nice and clean. Then I've got a big present for the shorts. Wrapped up in a pretty bow with a smooch called a stop limit sell. Come on, you bears. Nico, how would you say that this February has been compared to other years? Is this normal volatility? Yeah, I mean, February isn't really a month in my head that has a trend as far as volatility. I would call this relatively normal, yeah. You know, my advice or encouragement to you, to all you guys, would be try not to get caught up. Like, obviously, there's a little bit of truth to summer trading on average might be a little slower. You know, December is kind of up in the air. Sometimes you get the Santa rally, and other times it's a big disappointment, right? But my advice to you would be just don't get caught up in any of that and just trade what's in front of you. Just trade what's in front of you. Forget about, like I've seen some people, they're like, man, April is always the best month of the year. It's like, what? You've been trading for 2 years, so you have a sample size of 2, and your Aprils happen to be pretty good. I mean, come on now. $90 seconds out. And let's see if the Bears can close this up nice and clean. I'll have a stop limit sell for them. All right, I gotta go ahead. Get that copier engaged. 15 seconds out. Come on, Bears, take it lower. Take it a bit lower here. Good. Place that guide. See if the Bears want to take it. Give me a fill. I'm only going to give that 20 seconds. 20 seconds. 10 more seconds from here. And if the Bears don't want it, I don't want them. You see that hesitation there? No fill, no trade. Gotta pull it. Gotta pull it. It's the disciplined thing to do. Alright. 4.5 minutes out here. Let's see what bar 31 brings. Alright, let's take another glance here at YM. Yeah, we're 240 out. And I'll tell you what, I might be having to hit YM again here. Look for that stop hunt. Alright, halfway through bar 31, we'll come back to YM. Back to NQ here for now, next couple minutes. Well, it's looking like it's going to be NQ, doesn't it? So, I will, get my copier swapped over again here, and we'll watch 57 seconds. See if I can put a little stop hunt here on YM, and that's Dow Futures. We're going to stop hunt the wick low of 12. I'd like this bar to stay pretty much put and close basically where it's at. ATR 65. All right. Go ahead, get that copy trader engaged. Now, reminder here, I'm on a 5-minute YM chart. We'll head back to NQ when this is all finished up here. See if I can grab a little stop hunt. Come on, Bears, take it lower. Bit of a wick, worth placing for, I'm going to give that 20 seconds. 10 more seconds here. Let's see if the Bears want to take it. No fill, no trade. Gotta pull it. Gotta pull it. All right, let's head back to NQ. Back on NQ here. And let's see what we end up with. We're trading so far up a couple $1,000 bucks. See if we can pad that up a little here, man. So quick heads up right now, TakeProfitTrader, which is, the firm, they offer daily payouts. I love TakeProfitTrader. I think if you're trying to bootstrap going full time, it's your best bet because they allow daily payouts and you need money coming in. That's 40% off and you will not pay the $130 activation fee when you pass if you use code BIG on signup. Apex right now, same code BIG. It's still single day pass, but it's 50% off. They're not running a crazy 80 or 90% off deal right now. But, there's plenty of people who still grab accounts at 50 because you can make the numbers work. You certainly can at 50%. All right, 32. All right, here's the rollover into the open of bar 33. You know, this has me wondering. Do we end up seeing a soft bear channel? The problem is you could kind of make, well, hang on. You could kind of make this argument also, right? And then at the same time, give it another hour or so, you could also make this argument. So to me, I start, I would never draw something like that. I start thinking, until I have more proof of one or the other, to me, this is kind of the look. So let's see what 33 here brings. All right, I'll be back in a couple minutes. Don't you go anywhere. All right, class, settle down. You wouldn't want me to have to leave a note for your teacher, would you? All right. All right, bar 35, 440 out. All right, 335 out. You know, by the way, quick heads up. I don't know what's going on. Apex is currently being advertised at 50% off. Someone said that they were getting 80, so I went and tested it. It's showing me 80% off when you type in the code BIG, B-I-G. So... I don't know, man. If it's there, it's there. I guess go hit it. We got bar 35, 225 out. All right. All right, there's the open bar 36. 425 out. What I don't want to see is this. Well, I don't want to see that, but you gotta understand this is also a look which is coming to a head. So we'll find out. Come on, 36? Okay, ATR is sitting at 35 now. You know, it's down. It's down. At 35, we can still get some work done. Minute 5 out. Come on, Bears. See if the Bears can break us down outside of this little range. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? If you had to do something right now, what do you Long or short, man? You know, this is actually an interesting question because we're kind of right in between the wick high of 24 and the wick low of 13, which is the low of day. Long through the wick high of 24 or short through the wick low of 13? If you had to do something right now, which one is it? I gotta tell you, it's pretty damn close to 50-50. All right, still inside this little trading range since bar 30. Take a peek over at YM to see what's going on over there. Not much. Not much. Back. We'll slowly back out of that. Back to NQ. So, guess what? I just got the early bird word. Apex, if you use code BIG, you'll currently get 80% off. It's not even official yet. The official promotion date of 80% off single day pass has not hit. But right now, if you go to Apex and use code BIG, you're not getting 50% off. You're getting 80% off single day pass. So you're early, man. Go hit it. All right, 37. What do you got? All right, quick sec. Come on, bar 38. Get us away from this. Hanging out right around 25K. ATR still sitting about 36. Let's get rid of this and invite this market to make a move, man. I'd love to stop hunt that wick low at 13, but we're getting a bit close, aren't we? Yeah, there's still, I don't know, there's room. There's room, especially with the ATR being 37. Let's get the rollover on 38, get a beautiful 39, and I'll short with a stop hunt of 13. 2 minutes, 16 seconds out here from the close of our 38. $28 seconds here. We check in on YM again. Nothing. Nothing. Big single bar sideways range on the Dow. Jesus. bears. Dump this thing. Okay, so bar 38 here closed just barely inside the wick low of 34. Which means for me to get short, I need a rather convincing close out of this bear body on bar 39. Again, this is a 5-minute NQ chart. I got to see it go lower, close up nice and clean, meaning minimal wick. Then I can put out a stop limit sell 1 tick beneath the wick on the close here of 39 into the open of bar 40, which is happening in 1 minute and 26 seconds. Come on, bears, do it to them. I don't want to see a small little bar. That, to me, shows a lot of insecurity from breaking out of, or I should say around breaking out of the range to begin with. So the lower that closes within reason, the more probable it is that I put it on. HR sit about 36. Hop on over to the execution screen just in case. Come on, you bears, get it lower. Get that order ready just in case the bears can take that a bit lower here in the next 6 seconds. Come on, bears! Oh, you bunch of babies! All right. Bar 40, what's up? Hey man, if you haven't yet, press like on the live stream. I appreciate you doing so. Let's get bar 40 here. Moving downside. Give me something to work with. All right, 3 minutes, 20 seconds. All right, less than 2 minutes out here. Come on, you bears. Don't let that ATR get beneath 30. That's the last thing we need. "90 seconds. Roy just grabbed 2 more 50Ks at Apex with code BIG. Attaboy. Scale that thing up. 30 seconds out. Oh, bar 40. Bar 40. Looks like I've got a crush on bar 40. Come on, 18 seconds. Oh, we love it. We love it. Beautiful. Place that. Ooh, I want him a little higher. There we go. All right, Bears. Take it. Take it down through. Ten seconds. Come on, Bears. The Bears don't want it. I don't want them. Come on. 1 second. Oh, I gotta pull it. I gotta pull it. It's the disciplined move. They didn't take it. I gave it 30 seconds. The full, every millisecond of the 30 seconds it got. And it didn't want it. All right, moving on. Oh, you bulls. Yep. That right there. If the Bears don't want my stop limit sell, I don't want them. There you go. Bulls trying to take it right back up into that little range. So this has me now wondering, are we actually looking at a soft bear channel? It feels to me like the answer may just be yes. But it's real soft. It is definitely a soft bear channel. All right, there's the open of 42. I mean, we're still pretty far away from the wick high of 37 for me to consider a limit order reversion scalp. Just for context here. But I am looking at that as a soft bear channel. It's just too far. All right, 2 minutes out here from the close of 42. Bull's having some trouble taking it up to where I'd want it, you know? Because for me, the obvious choice here is if I could grab a limit order reversion scalp back to the short side, use the wick high of 37 to manage risk, but I need it to make mathematical sense. And the Bulls are having some trouble. 60 seconds here to the close of 42 into the rollover, open of 43. All right, there's the open of 43, a whole bunch of nothing. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, it's time for me to go hit a meal. So I'm going to go hit lunch. A whole mess of ground beef and oatmeal is on the menu here today, so I'm going to go hit that. Hey, reminder, daily payouts, those of you guys after that, if you're trying to bootstrap going full-time, TakeProfitTrader 40% off, and you will not pay the $130 activation fee if you use code BIG on sign-up. Okay, and Apex, I got the early word. It's being advertised as 50% off right now because the official promo date hasn't started. But if you use code BIG, you're going to get 80% off single day pass right now. All right, guys, see what the afternoon brings. I'm off to lunch. Stay patient. Let it come to you. The discipline wins, man. Stay patient. Do the logical thing. Context is always number one. All right, guys, see you in the morning.